Kathy, huh?
My favorite thing to do is do opportunity presentations. I do one every day. I love sharing our.
Well, Kathy is a tough act to follow, I'll tell you. She mentioned in her opening that it took me 8 years to convince her to get involved in this profession. And the thing that held her back is that she said, I could never speak in front of an audience. You know, that is one of people's basic fears. But would you say she got over it? And the other thing she said is, I could never explain a compensation plan. And so when she first started, when she started to share the plan, people would say, well, tell me how the compensation plan works. She says, I don't know how it works. All I know is every month my check gets bigger. So people found that duplicatable. So first off, let me welcome all of you. It's exciting for Kathy and I to be back in California, and particularly Southern California, and to see so many familiar faces. You know, we really treat this business as a family. You know, you see up here what drives us. You know, these are really kind of the values of the company. You know, we're obviously committed to health. We're committed to freedom, innovation, integrity, contribution, because that's what it's all about. You know, not only do we have extraordinary products, we have an extraordinary compensation plan, but the thing I'm most proud about is the culture. You know, when we started this company, we had a big vision, and that was to impact world health, free people from physical and financial pain, but also to create the largest health and wellness company in the world. And I don't want to be bigger than Amway. I want to be bigger than Johnson & Johnson. And I think that's possible because I think people are looking for an alternative. You know, what we know is, in fact, my brother-in-law probably said it best. He said, drugs have side effects. Our products have side benefits. You know, and whether those benefits might be that you think better, you sleep better. How many of you can identify that? Yes? That you have more energy, that your skin looks better, that you lose pounds and inches. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and Kathy shared something about our products. But for those of you who have been on our products in this room, if you have lost between, say, 1 to 10 pounds, would you stand up? 1 to 10 pounds.
No, you're
Congratulations.
more than 10.
All right, now I'd like you to sit down. Anybody that's lost 10 to 20 pounds, would you stand up?
Yep,
Okay, 20 to 30. 30 to 50. Anybody lost more than 50 pounds? And how many of you feel that you have a better quality of life as a result of these products? So as Jay said earlier, I'm always known for saying that's a clue. When you actually have products that not only work, but produce visible results, the good news about that is not only are you changing the quality of your life, but guess what? Other people notice. You know, and that's what's so great about our opportunities. You don't have to be a health professional. You don't have to know every ingredient that's in these products. You just need to know that they work, right? And the best barometer if they work is getting them into your own life. Because when we started this program, Kathy mentioned, was, you know, we sat around a conference room and we said, what are we going to be when we grow up? And our thought is that, you know, I've been involved in the health and wellness industry for over 40 years. Started off in the fitness club industry. And about 20 years into that experience, I recognized that you are what you eat. And so that's when we got involved in nutrition. And it really is true, you are what you eat. And so our concept when we sat down and said, what is going to be our foundation program? We said, let's create not a diet, let's create a foundation for wellness. something that people can integrate into their life that will forever change the quality of their life. So that let's give them the tools that can allow the body to work the way it's supposed to. And what we recognized at that time is, you know, we live in a toxic world. And it's much more toxic than, let's say, you know, when our ancestors were growing up. They didn't have all the chemicals, all the pesticides, all the stuff that our bodies have to deal with on a daily basis. Now the good news is that God gifted us with organs that are actually responsible for helping to cleanse the body. You know, our liver and our lymph system and our digestive system, even our skin. But the reality is that they get an overload and it has a toll on our body. So we said, let's create a nutritional cleanse. It's not a laxative, it's not a diuretic. It's something that actually feeds the body the nutrients that are known to support those cleansing organs. And so this concept of intermittent fasting is also tied to longevity and quality of life. So that's really one of the foundations. Let's give people a perfect food. What is the perfect food? Would you agree that if you could get the maximum amount of nutrition in the fewest number of calories, that would be a good thing?
Woo! Yeah!
Because think about it, if your goal is to lose 5, 10, 50, 100 pounds, you need to take in fewer calories than you're actually burning. But a lot of people who have ever tried diets know that that's difficult. Because when you deprive your body of, you know, calories, a lot of times you deprive your body of nutrition. And so people still have the hunger, and that's the reason they can't stick on a program for any length of time. Well, our program, because you're getting all the nutrients you need in about 250 calories per meal, think about that. You know, let's say on our weight loss program you're replacing 2 meals a day with the shakes. You know, halfway through the day you've only consumed 500 calories, which means that you can still live a normal life and consume calories, have dinner with your family, whatever the case may be. So this is a lifestyle program. I've been getting breakfast in bed for the last 16 years. Now I'll tell you what, if Kathy had to get up and make bacon and eggs and toast and juice, I'd get it maybe on Father's Day. But she gets up earlier than I does and brings me a shake, and it's kind of like, okay, let's power through the day. So how many of you started your day today with a shake? Again, that's a clue. And one of our goals, Kathy mentioned it, is to have 1 million blenders going off every morning. I will tell you, 1 million blenders converts to $1 billion in annual sales. That's one shake a day. And what's the population down here in Southern California? What, 15 million, 20 million? Well, right now, we've been in business 16 years. We mentioned we have 600,000 customers, and about 100,000 people are actually doing the business. Do you think we got a lot of work to do?
Yes.
There's a lot of potential out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 6 billion people on this planet, and 40% of them, have issues with weight, and that's just one of our products. So I would just say that when we talk about having the largest health and wellness company in the world, we can't do it by ourselves. You can't do it by yourselves. But what I know is good news travels fast, right? And so one of the reasons we're enjoying this incredible growth is because we have not only products that work, products that provide results that are exceeding most people's expectation. When we first started the company, I went on the products, John went on the products, Kathy and John's wife, Sharon. We came up with the system, and we said, oh, let's see if it works. I lost 7 pounds my first day.
Wow.
That was my aha moment. But not only that I lost a lot of weight, and that's kind of unusual for people to lose that weight. I must have really been toxic. But the reality was, we started sharing it with other people, and I started getting phone calls within 3 or 4 days. Jim, what is this stuff? Is it legal? I can't believe that, I'm consuming fewer calories and I'm not hungry, but I actually have more energy. How many of you experience that?
Yes.
Yeah. So, my thing is we don't have to convince people. All we have to do is say, look, are you willing to open yourself to the possibility of getting these products in your body for 30 days? Listen to your body. Your body will tell you if it's working or not. Don't depend on me to convince you. Your body will tell you you'll either sleep better, think better, lose pounds and inches, have more energy. It may be all those things. And if it doesn't, guess what? It's guaranteed. So that's what's so great about what we have to share. Now I get to talk about the other product that we have that we're probably most excited about because we know the impact it can have on the quality of people's lives. There are a lot of people that are not enjoying their full potential because either they're not in control of their health or they're not in control of their wealth. And Kathy shared some of the statistics. One of the ones that really grabbed me early on was, this was in the US, they said, you know, if you could increase the average family's household income by $300, that you could reduce the divorce rate in the US by 50%.
Wow.
Think about that. And think about how stressful it is that people don't have enough money to really, you know, not only feed themselves properly, but to, you know, be able to enjoy the lifestyle that they like to live. So we felt that if we could create a vehicle, I've been in this profession for 40 years now, and 30 years. And my first experience was I was asked to develop a business plan for a company, and I had been in the fitness club industry. And when we actually had a product that was the predecessor to the Isolene shake. It was probably one of the first legitimate meal replacement formulas, called Cambridge Diet. Some of you may have had parents that used it. But the reality is that I developed, what I recognize is if you're asking people to change their lifestyle, most people lack the discipline to do that themselves. How many of you find yourself going to a yoga class or to a gym or something like that? I mean, you all know that exercise is good. You all know that you can do it at home. But the reason why people go to places like that is because most people need support. And so our feeling was, well, who better to support people than people who are actually getting results themselves? Mm-hmm. So that's how I got into network marketing. And I didn't know any better. I created a compensation plan, and we went out and started a few people. That company grew over $1 billion in sales in 23 months. And so that's what I said, wow. And wow to this industry, because if it's done right, that's the type of potential that you can have in terms of impacting people's lives. And so through that almost 40 years of experience, I've had an opportunity to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. This profession can be extraordinary if you're with the right company. And is there anybody in this room that's been with other network marketing companies? Okay. You probably have the scars to prove it, right? So for those of you that have never been in network marketing, raise your hand. Boy, did you get lucky to be here today. Really. Because, you know, we started this company 16 years ago, and you could say we spent 16 years getting ready for you. Because really the tools that we've developed, the systems that we've developed, the product line, the way it's expanded, the infrastructure we've been able to build, is really a testimony to the fact of not only what we've been able to accomplish, more important, the foundation of where we're going. Because the truth is that 95% of all new businesses, not just in network marketing, but in any type of business, they fail. For many of the reasons that Kathy mentioned, they're either undercapitalized or they don't have the experience. You know, sometimes companies have even imploded because they have more success than they're really ready for. And so our feeling was, because we've been let down also, was let's create a company that does it right, that really actually allows people to progress at their own pace. Most people who come into Isogenics come in initially for a product experience, but all of a sudden they get results and they find it, their friends are asking them, what are you up to? So it's easy to share our program. And what I'm going to share with you right now is a little bit about our compensation plan. I'm going to give you a little bit about the history. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. But in that 40 years, what I know is that we wanted to create a plan that really worked for people. Kathy was a top money earner in every company she was ever involved in. And how many of you are, Kathy's kind of a superstar, right? Woo! But the trouble is her people weren't making money. And so after a while, she kind of lost her passion in terms of, you know, why would I introduce people if in the back of my mind I know that they're going to actually have challenges. And so, because of my experience, when we sat around that conference table, we recognized we had products that really were the foundation for life-changing experiences for people. That John, we said, okay, John, you focus on the formulas and the production. Kathy, you focus on identifying who our core leadership is going to be. And I'm going to focus on developing a compensation plan and the infrastructure that's going to support this giant that we're going to create together. And the compensation plan that we created was created out of experience. You know, some of you have been in programs where, you know, as Kathy mentioned, she had to build 10 legs to get to the top of a company. Well, to try and support 10 different organizations simultaneously is a real drain. And most people can't do that. There's other programs that she was involved in where she mentioned that you only got paid X number of levels deep. And the problem with those programs is as they mature, sometimes some of your best people start to show up outside of your pay line. They may be on your 6th or 7th level, and the company only pays, let's say, 5 levels deep. So what we started to see was people would say, you know, I'd love to support you, but you're not in my organization. Or, worse yet, if I could only get this deadbeat that's on level 4 to quit the business, then you'd be in my pay line. And so, I mean, I always said, for things to work, it's got to be a win-win. And so what I'm going to go through here is a little bit of the reality of our team compensation plan. First off, Kathy already kind of shared our disclaimer. And the thing is, we're in a heavily regulated industry, and we're a responsible company. So we don't go out and try and promise people that they're all going to be millionaires, because they're not. But the reality is, what we know is that we have over, almost 280 millionaires now in isogenics? 278. So that's a clue, right? But more importantly, we have literally hundreds, if not thousands of people who are making meaningful income that's creating life-changing experiences for their families. And the reason for it is because our plan really does work. There's 5 ways that you can earn money. There's obviously retail profits, there's product introduction bonuses, there's team bonuses, and I'll go through a little detail on a couple of these. Kathy's going to talk about the promotions, because that's really the dynamic element of our plan that allows you to really generate immediate gratification. Oh, we're not. One of our superstars. Okay, retail profits, obviously, as when you open an account, those of you that are here today that are, you know, going to get your products, would you rather buy your products at wholesale or retail? Wholesale. Wholesale. Most people would. So the way our program works is most people choose to say, do what I did. Let me open an account with Isogenics, and essentially, as soon as you do, it gives you the ability to buy your products at wholesale rather than retail. And I think we had free membership today, but even if we didn't, it's like $29 for the year to be a member in Isogenics. And you'll save that on your first purchase. Should you want to actually have products that you want to make available to your friends, you know, you have your inventory because you bought at wholesale, you can sell at retail. I will tell you, most people don't do that. Most people do what you're going to do, and you're going to share these products with your friends, ask them to go ahead and open an account, and so that way you don't have to work out of your garage, schlepping product. That used to be the business model in this industry. But the reality is, we're in a perfect industry to leverage technology. I mean, as an associate, you don't have to go out and get merchant accounts. You don't have to go out and file for, sales tax licenses and stuff. All of that is included in your membership. Here's the exciting part. When you introduce someone and they open an account, you earn what's called a product introduction bonus. That means that if someone comes in with a value pack, which we think and would encourage most of the people to come in with, you actually earn $100 as a product introduction bonus on their purchase. So you're not getting the retail profit, the spread between wholesale and retail, but more importantly, you're getting a new team member that's going to be part of your organization. Here's where the real excitement starts to get involved, and that's when you become a consultant. A consultant is kind of the first advancement in isogenics. And in order to be a consultant, you have to be personally active, meaning you're using the products, right? And because we don't believe you're going to be effective in sharing products unless you're a product of the product. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're using the products and you have identified at least one person on your left team and one person on your right team that is also using the products each month, you qualify as a consultant. And what's exciting about that is what I'm going to show you next. As a consultant, essentially, you have the ability to build two teams, a left team and a right team. And everybody that you share these products with that joins your team has the same ability as you do to build a left team and a right team. So why this program is so exciting is those of you that can look at the different colors up there, that's you in the middle, and visualize that your personally enrolled people are the green ones. And so as you enroll one on your left and one on your right, we don't want you to stop, obviously. We want you to continue to share the products. But as you share the products, those people will go on either your left team or your right team, on the outside legs, right? And so that's the structure that you're building. But here's, to me, the genius in the plan. Is that, would you agree, if you look at the purple one down there on either the left or right legs, if they buy product, that if the people immediately above them, everyone on that same leg is getting benefit of that volume, that's a good thing? Yes? And would you also agree that there's an incentive for everybody on that team to support that person that's come in to be successful? Yes. That's the dynamic that makes this opportunity so extraordinary, because we all have an incentive to really help each other be successful. But here's the other dynamic, is because all of your people have the ability to do the same thing as you do, suddenly your organization starts to grow. And as you can see, and Kathy showed the example when she asked me and Maria to stand up, we started to build teams. But if you can see that line down the middle, it means that as your organization grows over time, everybody that originated from the person on your left team and the person on your right team, they're all part of your team, but all their volume on each of those legs is going to count towards your ability to earn commissions and bonuses. And so how it works is this, is that as soon as we have a computer that tracks all of this, and actually when you open an account with us, we give you a website that allows you to also manage your organization, so you can see real time exactly what's happening every time someone makes a purchase in your organization, every time someone comes into your organization. What you get paid on is volume. You don't get paid on just enrolling people. You get paid on real product consumption. And so what makes our business so exciting and so real is because we have real products that produce real results that people will buy, use, consume, and reorder, right? Because it's a lifestyle program. And so it's not like, going out and selling a one-time item. People are integrated in their lifestyle. So as your team is building, a lot of these people, they're not going to be business builders, they're just going to be customers. But all of their volume is going to count towards you. And visualize this, there's a bank at the bottom of each of your legs that the computer is keeping track of. And so as soon as you have what we call 600 in business volume on one team and 300 in business volume on the other team, it generates what we call a cycle. Cha-ching. It means you get paid. And right now, so for 900 in volume, essentially you're getting $54. That's a cycle. So that's about a 6% commission on the activity that's happening in an organization. And again, this can happen, daily, it can happen weekly, it can happen monthly, it can happen hourly. And as Kathy mentioned, we allow you to earn up to 250 cycles in a single week.
Wow.
Now, if she did the math, that's $13,500 a week.
Woo!
How many of you can balance your checkbook on that? The other thing that our plan does, which there's other compensation plans, I will tell you, in the industry, that once you cycle, basically they flush your volume and you're starting all over again. We don't do that. The way our plan works is that we have what's called holdover volume. So as long as you're active yourself using the products, and we allow you to accumulate all the volume that's occurring in your organization, regardless of depth. And so in that cycle, the example I gave earlier, where we had 600 and 300, you subtract that volume from the bank, but everything else that's left is still in your bank. So that's what allows you to continue to build what can be obscene income.
Woo!
But it's all based on real consumption. That's the key. Real product consumption. And here's the other thing, is that we don't stop there. We have what's called an executive position, which I would all encourage you to set your sights on. And what an executive is someone who has actually built a team of at least 10 consultants. A consultant, remember, one on your left, one on your right. Personally enrolled 10 people that do kind of the same thing you did. It's kind of this concept, Kathy will go into more detail. You share, they share, repeat the process. But as soon as you have 10, basically you can earn the title of executive. And what makes that cool is that now you get an extra 10% match on whatever your team members are earning in their cycles. So if you have a personally enrolled person that, let's say, is earning 10 cycles a week, you're earning an extra 1 cycle, $54 on that. But again, that's on top of all that volume that's been part of your organization. If you have someone that you have personally enrolled that is earning 250 cycles a week, lucky you, but you're also earning an extra 25 cycles a week just on that type of volume. So how many of you see the value of being an executive? How many of you know 10 people in your life, or over time, you can find 10 people in your circle of influence, or people that they know that are looking for life-changing products and a life-changing opportunity. This is what makes the plan great, because if you're sitting there and you can say, I can do that, you can do that, I will tell you. But here's the other thing that makes our program dynamic. We have a position above executive called Platinum Executive. And what that means is that once you've built your organization to where it's doing 250 cycles a week, guess what? We don't want you to quit. We don't want you to say, okay, I've found the promised land, I don't need to work anymore. We want you to stay engaged because we're building the largest health and wellness company in the world. And who better to help us build that than the people that have already demonstrated their ability to build a solid organization. So what we do is we actually allow you to open a reentry position. And what that means is when I said there's you and you built your 2 legs, now what happens is that when you earn a reentry, we put a new position immediately above you. And what that means now is that all the volume that you've already created, that's already paying you, the 200 to 250 cycles a week, all that counts as your major volume leg, the one that you need to do at least 600 a week in order to do, or 600 in volume or earn a cycle. And it means that in your new position, as you start to build that new position out, you're only building 1 leg, but now every 300 BV that comes in, that's like 18%. Everybody go, ooh. Now, is that doable?
Yes.
Do we have people in this room who are platinums? Would you please stand up? Is anybody else getting goosebumps? I mean, that's- This is a real opportunity. And I think, to me, the key is that it's so simple. You can progress at your own rate, but the key really is, one, you want to be a product of the product. You want to be able to show other people, you want to start building your team, building consultants, and you want to just teach other people to do the same thing. So it's all about duplication. And the thing that's exciting is that we have the tools that can allow you to create this type of duplication quickly. So it's not all about, I gotta learn everything about the products to be successful, or I gotta be making a lot of money before I can tell my friends that they can make money. The reality is you're all part of the Isogenics team. These people in this room are your partners. We're your partner. And we know and they know that the only way that we can get what we want is to help you get what you want. Is that a good thing? So I would just say that and we'll talk more this afternoon, but this company really is just getting started. And we are going to make a mark on this world in terms of impacting quality of people's lives. And it's because it's genuine, it's authentic. These products work, this compensation plan works, our culture works, and again, we're just on this journey together, and the whole world needs what we got. Would you agree? So, how many of you agree that understand the basic elements of where the residual income comes from? Right? Now, understand it takes a while to have enough people where you're cycling. I mean, we have people cycling, 100 times a day. It takes a while to have that many people in your organization that's generating that type of residual. On the other hand, we have upfront money that Kathy's going to share with you that, I know she kind of breaks out in hives when she starts to share this because it is exciting. So, looking forward to it.